But this is my whole take on it. Miami will see Clemson late in the year.
Right.
So I think that there's going to be so many adjustments made between now and then. I mean, we'll see.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association.
All right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, episode number 106.
106.
I knew she was going to say it. 106.
106.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I am Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
And we have a good show today. We're going to talk about some sports news.
All of the sports news that we can get to you in this little frame of time that we have.
Sports Talk Friday.
Sports Talk Friday.
If you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and
subscribe.
Take a moment and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. If you're on, hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section. And if you're on, you have to watch the full show. And when you get to the end of the show, go in the description and watch the Good Vibrations video.
Good Vibrations.
Good Vibrations. The summer jam, guys. So make sure you click the link down in the description and watch that video. Let's go. We're talking about some football today. We're going to talk about everything today. What are we starting out with? Football, right?
You know I'm going to start with my Clemson news, right?
I knew it. That's why I said we're starting with football. Let's go.
So, I know we haven't brought you all of the latest recruiting updates that we probably should have been bringing you, but Clemson has some big sign-ons the past couple of weeks. So they have now jumped 12 spots to number 5 in the recruiting rankings.
Number 5.
There were 17 and now they're number 5.
Wow. Where's Miami at?
They actually signed the number 1 athlete in the nation. Where's Miami at?
Miami.
In Miami? Yeah, I know Miami's in Miami.
Yeah. Thank you. She didn't mean to hit the applause. I know she was trying to hit one of the comical buttons.
No, I was giving you a round of applause because, you know,
not many people know. Not many people know where Miami is at, so I have to make sure, while they on watching the show, they know.
Yeah. So, y'all remember that.
That's good news.
Yeah, so we always talk about how highly they recruit, and they always are recruiting, 4 or 5 star players, and that's how they're able to just continue their success. So that's where they are. And
they're going to need all of those top players, so when they get to the championship and have to play against Miami, it'll be a very competitive game.
Or when they have knuckleheads like Davis.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to call him a knucklehead.
Yeah, thank you. But let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, I mean, it's all over the news.
People make mistakes, right? But that's how they learn from it. They're young.
Well, that's what I was talking to someone about. I think a lot of times these kids get put in these positions as, held to higher standard because they do play elite level football at these elite universities and colleges. Right. And so they are held to a higher standard. But at the end of the day, they're kids.
Right.
Like, how many kids do dumb stuff every single day? A lot of them.
Look at him turn his head. Who's back there?
We got KP on the back set today.
Trying to learn the cameras or something. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, that's true. And that's all part of growing up is those experiences that they have to learn from.
So he was in an accident where a mail delivery person was injured. He was doing, after they did the analysis, they determined he was doing 115 miles per hour in a 55. And he did slam on brakes, and he had only decreased speed to 70 miles per hour when he hit the mail carrier truck. That's based on news outlets. So
I think so. Here's give my feedback.
Mm-hmm.
At that age, these kids, they're out of high school, 18, 19, 20. and they want that thrill in life. You know, it's like you get like a Hellcat or you get like that car and you could just and flow that car, and 115 is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like that's a thrill. Like if you're trying to get to 115, you just doing it for the thrill. That's my perspective of it. Like, why would you drive 115 in a 55 mile per hour zone?
Yeah.
But what I'll say, I always try to see the positive things to gain from everything. So every teenager out there and parents, like you learn from these things.
Right. Right.
So you always in life learn from what other people do wrong, and you try not to duplicate those things.
Right. Well, he was ticketed, for driving. I think it was a driving reckless, which is like just a ticket, just a misdemeanor ticket. So they're going to handle the discipline internally, as they would or as they should, because they have protocols set up for all of that. So, and maybe it's a learning experience for him, no matter what's going on. I can't do this. I can't put myself in the position
to risk
it, because he could have been injured.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that could have been career ending
yeah,
for him at a young age. Like,
and then the only thing that at that point you think, why?
Yeah.
Like, man, why did I do that? Like, but then it's too late. So. And
the good thing for him and for a lot of the college student athletes is they do have mentors in their coaching,
right, that
can say, hey, what were you thinking? And hold them accountable. And some, regular students or teenagers don't have that.
Okay.
Young adults.
So I'm going to give you guys some advice real quick, because we got a lot of young viewers too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you guys some advice. I know Grant Cardone, they call him Uncle Grant or whatever, right? So now it's Papa Joe. Papa Joe go give you kids out there some advice from Papa Joe, right? You like that? Like Papa John's, Papa Joe.
I just want to drink my coffee,
one of the most valuable things that I've learned in life is to think ahead. Always think ahead of your actions. If I do this, let me play out in my mind every possible outcome. Mm-hmm. And if you truly care, like if I'm playing football, I'm thinking that, like, I'm not driving it because what happens if that if factor, and that if factor is going to prevent me from driving 115 miles per hour. I don't care if the speed limit was 90. Right. Like 115 miles an hour, I'm not going to.
That's excessive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just risk everything. He probably been playing football since he was 6, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. All of that hard work, dedication that you poured into this to get to that point that you're trying to get to, and then you're gonna
risk it.
So my advice to you guys, Papa Joe is telling you guys, it's gonna save a lot of people out there. Think through. Always think ahead of your decisions, and then come back into real time and make a decision that, is it worth this decision? It'll save your relationship, because you'll be thinking, oh, I don't know if I should do that. Nah, I'm not going to risk my relationship over that little small moment, or I'm not going to risk this at my job doing this. I've seen people get fired because they steal something at work. This just like, why would you steal something that's
a stapler? Why would you steal a stapler?
Or something so small? Like, why would you risk your job where? So always think ahead and come back and make a very, very, very smart decision. Let's keep going. I want to talk about the top 9 non-conference games in 2021. Can we do that?
We got to talk about Clemson winning some games? That's what we're doing?
So,
let's talk about it.
Well, Clemson is only on here once.
Okay.
And they playing Georgia. So you just think that's going to be like a day in the park for Clemson. But it's going to be a good game, I think.
I never said it was going to be a day in the park. So we can continue on.
So let's go. I'm going to go based on the dates.
Okay.
All right. So game number 1, Alabama versus Miami. You know that everyone's talking right now that it's going to be the biggest game of the entire season. Like, they saying that this game may be larger than the championship game. because they say that this game may start off the season and they may meet back at the end of the season and be in the final championship.
Oh, I didn't hear that memo.
No one heard that memo. I made that up because I would love to see that game with Miami in a final
Maybe
championship.
I should give him some of what's in my cup.
Because I think Alabama is going to get to the end again in that last game, that last championship game. And wow, if Miami is there at the end too, that'd be amazing. Now, take out Clemson. I know how you feel about Clemson, but just think, if you're not trying to pull for a team, wouldn't that be amazing? Like the championship for the champions for 2020, their first game against a team.
I mean, the scenario sounds wonderful. The scenario sounds wonderful.
The scenario.
It's not realistic, but it sounds wonderful.
I think Miami going to surprise a lot of people. This year, Miami's going to surprise a lot of people this year, and they got them ranked kind of. I was surprised when I seen the ranking, but I think Miami's going to. Let me keep going. So next, Clemson versus
we
Georgia.
have enough time to get to our predictions. Like
No, you don't. Look at the time.
No, what I'm talking about is the game is on September the 4th, so we have a couple of weeks before we give our predictions.
You're right.
Okay.
I didn't go over the date. So Alabama versus Miami. They'll be playing in Atlanta, Georgia on September 4th at 3:30 Eastern Time. Clemson versus Georgia. All you Clemson fans, they'll be playing Georgia and Charlotte, North Carolina on September the 4th at 7:30 p.m. So block out your September 4th because it's game day.
It's game day.
It's game day. Louisiana at Texas, Saturday, September 4th at 4:30 p.m. Oregon at Ohio State, Saturday, September 11th at 12 p.m. I think that's going to be an interesting game. Iowa at Iowa State, Saturday, September 11th, 3:30 p.m. Auburn at Penn State, Saturday, September 18th at 7:30 p.m. Oh, here was another good one. Nebraska at Oklahoma, Saturday, September 18th at 12 p.m. Notre Dame versus Wisconsin in Chicago, Saturday, September 25th at 12 p.m. And Cincinnati at Notre Dame. I like Notre Dame. It's just that core team. Crazy that they come in back to back. On Saturday, October the 2nd at 2:30 p.m.
See, that's not a fair list because Notre Dame isn't part of a conference.
I know, and we was reading that earlier, but I like Notre Dame.
They need to join a conference.
Hey, the Warriors get their own lane.
Well, they don't need to cry when they get left out of the playoff then, or get beat up in the playoff. Just saying.
This is what I'm worried about. Let's go Canes. Let's go Hurricanes, because then we're going to end up playing Clemson before we get to that championship game against Alabama again at the end of the season. And if we get to the end of I know all the Clemson fans out there like, he just, Joe, really, Joe?
In a couple of weeks, we're going to have a serious conversation about this Miami-Clemson game. We really are.
On that Saturday, I'm going live. If you are not.
The reality of it, though, the reality of it. Look, Clemson is bringing back almost their entire defense. Like, almost the whole defense, right? Almost the whole defense? Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What happened?
And do you think that Miami's defense is going to stop DJ Uiagalelei?
I think that Miami offense is going to be a threat against every team that they play this season.
The Clemson defense.
I think Miami's going to have a strong defense. It may not be comparative to Clemson defense, but I think Miami's going to have a strong defense. And sometimes that it doesn't matter. Sometimes one mistake early on in the game just shifts the whole direction of a football game.
It does.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
But this is my whole take on it. Miami will see Clemson late in the year.
Right.
So I think that there's going to be so many adjustments made between now and then. I mean, we'll see. I mean, both teams have to make it there first, but.
All right, De'Aaron King, let's go. Hashtag let's go, De'Aaron King. What's the last thing you have for us?
Oh, so upstate South Carolina viewers, our high school football week 0 starts August 20th.
August 20th.
August 20th. We'll be bringing you all the latest scores and highlights.
Another one.
Another one. Now.
That's my Khaled voice. Another one.
Yeah. So we'll tell you what games are coming up that evening, and then we'll have to, of course, review them the next week because it's Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
So
if you are not on my Facebook page, make sure you go follow Joseph Wallace and just look for the handsome face, or you can follow Joe Wallace and look for that handsome face. But I'll be live on Facebook. I will be live. I will be live on Facebook on September the 4th. Miami versus Alabama game. We are going live. Before we wrap up, one more minute. This is a huge announcement. Steph Curry, NBA, $200 million contract. He just landed his second $200 million contract, 4-year extension. That's $50 million a year. Ooh. Man, made me think that I should have stayed on that basketball court when I was young. NCAA college football, Nick Saban, y'all know the reigning champion for the Alabama. Nick Saban, he just signed an 8-year extension. He's not going nowhere. I mean, that's a love for the game. $84.8 million. That's $10.6 million a year.
Yeah, Dabo's not going anywhere for a while.
Saban's
not going anywhere for a while. I think that other universities need to look at successful universities like the Alabamas, the Clemsons, the Ohio States. Like, get a coach. Be willing to compensate them for what you want them to do. If they're able to do what you want them to do, which is go out there and win.
Right.
And have a winning team. And that's how you get the coach for the longevity.
Okay, so check this out. Marcus Whitner, I'm calling you out because you sent me a text, and on our show, when he was a guest on the show, he was talking about his team, Alabama, and blah, blah, Alabama when they play Miami. So I'm going to bring him back on before the season starts. And we're gonna have
y'all get a versus. Y'all get a versus right
We got
here.
a versus on the YMA Nation podcast. Hey, I like how you said that. YMA Nation podcast gonna have a versus. Miami Hurricane versus Alabama Roll Tide. So let's go. Guys, we had fun. Thank you so much for watching. YMA
We
Nation.
want it to be fun for you guys.
Yeah.
So
Episode number 106. Episode number 106. We are going to keep going.
and then Monday is
Wealth Building Monday. Guys, make sure, you watch the whole podcast now. Scroll down in the comment section, hashtag YMA Nation. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. And make sure you go in the description and check out Good Vibrations.
Good Vibrations.
Good Vibrations. Click the link. You're going to love the song. We shot it down.
That's our summer vibe.
We shot it down in Miami. Thank you to hit the Lee, Smith the Lee. Woohoo! He back there somewhere. Thank you. Him and his crew came down to shoot. Drew over there with headphones on, trying to look like he's doing something important. But we'll see you guys on Monday.
With the boss's view, you gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.